Last year I did a video on how to grow asparagus in a polyculture, without putting it in a bed with a huge amount of prep and manure and digging a particular trench and all the rest of it. Like all the books will tell you, you need to grow asparagus. And it's done quite well. So I'm adding to that today. So this is basically that update. So you can see where we are. There's the duck pond and there's the very badly overgrown paddy field. And there's the ducks, but you can see where that overspills into the wetland filter, where this type has grown just to polish the water a little bit, and then that water runs down. Let me show you. Runs down that swale, carrying on in that direction. But on the back berm of it is where I put the asparagus last year, and you can see, I mean, this was put with, it's had no fertilizer, it's had no weeding, it's had no top off with mulching. You can see that frond is what, 3 foot high, 2.5, 3 foot. There's a couple of others as well. I'll try not to fall in the wetland filter. So you can see there's more here. So I don't think they all took, but some of them were quite young and weren't particularly strong. And really, these are just the ones that I've spotted. It's possible that there's some more down here that have just, aren't quite big and aggressive enough yet, and I've missed them. But certainly some of them have taken, and that'll do for me. So what I've got here is I've got these. You can see how really healthy these plants are. I mean, that's still putting out little spears now, and we're past first frost at this point. We've only had a couple of light frosts, but still, they're here. Now these plants are a couple of years old. They've been partly waterlogged, they've been partly neglected out in the sun and gone dry, and they've survived. They've done really well. They're really good, strong, aggressive plants. You can tell they're not just your average spindly little crown. So we're going to plant these up today, and we're going to continue. I mean, you can see how well everything's done. Actually, that's the swale ditch there, but you'll be forgiven for not noticing it because, you can see how much the grass has grown this year. So we're going to plant them along this berm all the way along. So we'll probably get about along as far as there. So because they're going to be grown in polyculture, I don't want anything too aggressive in with them. And you can see we've got quite a few dock. Now, because dock need to be dug out, I did the same thing last year when I planted the others. These need to be dug out, so I'm going to do that first, and then we'll put the asparagus in. So you can see I've shifted the dock out. I'll pan back and show that in a minute. See, I've put 2 in already. There's a third one going in here, but it'll just get choked out pretty quickly by this grass. So I'm just going to really quick yank some of this out. And I could put this back on the top as mulch after if I wanted to, but it's not a problem. And just like that, you can see got a nice bit of exposed soil. So I'm going to dig a very small hole. And literally, that's fine, that's all it needs. So I'll get a nice plant. I mean, look at that. That's not a weak little thing like you get through the post. We grew these ourselves. You can see just along the bin in the pots, you can see how healthy they are, but you see the roots have started to circle. Well, we don't want that, so we're going to fairly gently tease the roots out, because these will spread quite substantially. In fact, you can see there's earthworms in there, so it's already a healthy little ecosystem. So that's pretty good. A little bit more. I'm going to call that good. So you can see they've all been still a bit clumped up there, but you can see just how many crowns there are in here. I'm not going to tease them apart. I could do, but I'm quite happy for them to grow like that. And the whole point is these took seconds to plant, and then it just took time. We're going to do another load this winter, probably 5-6 times this many, so we can do an entire swale. I'm going to put that down nice in the hole, backfill with soil, and then I'm going to get some wood mulch. And this is partly just so I can spot where it is when everything's down in winter, because as spring comes around, we'll get some of the bedding out of the duck house, which is literally just behind me, really close. We'll bring a wheelbarrow load of that around, and we'll just put a spadeful onto each of the asparagus and give them a nice big start to the day. And in the spring, before the asparagus comes through, we'll just come through and we'll side the swale and give the asparagus a chance to be able to poke through. But you can see how well they've done already, and these are much stronger than the original ones that went in, and some of them have taken. So this swale and the little system behind me, we got the ducks with the duck pond running the paddy field, which then runs this wetland filter, and this has got a lot of food in it. This time of the year, it's all down in the root, and it is edible, but more importantly, it's something that if there was an interruption in supply and we were having trouble getting hold of animal fodder, we could just dig them up, boil them up, and it's really good food for the animals. So it's a lot of resiliency in there, and because it's a contained thing, I can just empty the whole lot out. It's only about that deep, you know, I'm not wading in up to my waist or anything in the middle of winter. It's all within, you know, welly height, so that's all fine. And then we've got that water, as it overspills through the system, feeds this swale. So we're growing fruit trees, bushes, comfrey and asparagus, and this is just getting started. There'll be another couple of layers below this before we're done. So yeah, that's a big expansion on our polycultural, permacultural asparagus growing system.